This book was begun in May 1963 and should be held by the secretary or chairman of the society. The present committee feels that future members might like to see what had gone before. Program cards and information such as committee discussions can be usefully entered, but entries in the book will ultimately be subject to the wishes of those responsible for it at the time. The history of the Photographic Society dates from the foundation in the 1920s, but we know little of it. Photographic Society, affiliated to the Royal Photographic Society, President Nicholas Pevsner, Esquire, Senior Treasurer A.E. Ingram, Esquire of King's College, and the Chairman is John Bulmer of King's, the Secretary Peter Woods of Clare, Assistant Secretary Elizabeth Leach, Junior Treasurer Chris Felston of King's, Secretary is Jeff King of Keys, Exhibition Secretary is David Broome from Queen's, and the Secretary is Chris Gannon from Queen's. The Portfolio Secretary, David Chewan of Trinity. I've always regarded myself as a sort of jobbing photographer, and I think that you use the best approach for whatever the situation is. I wasn't trying to have a style, I was trying to take each subject as it came and do what worked best for that. My photography was really linked to the idea of photojournalism. I wanted to be a photojournalist. Therefore, when I was president of the Photographic Society, I tried to invite speakers who were in journalism, and especially people from things like daily newspapers in London. So it wasn't just about photography, it was about the whole ideas of journalism. And I remember once, for example, asking a journalist from the Daily Sun or one of those sort of newspapers, and he was telling us all how to write a caption. And I remember he said, now this is an example of how you should write a caption. It's about a girl who was found climbing a wall, and the caption read, wearing only a skimpy nightie, blonde 18-year-old Sandra, whatever her name was, crawled along an 8-foot wall to rescue ... her pet cat. And that was his idea of how we should write a caption to a daily newspaper. And all I just was saying is that sort of thing was what I was including in what the Photography Society was looking at. I would be sent off, around the world for the Sunday Times, and I would be expected to come back with something that gave a feeling of a country, an impression. And how do you grab that, and how do you get something that tells a story? And there's no easy answer to that. You need to take a picture that A, is not boring, and B, takes your eye into the right place and shows you where to go, as you might say. It has to be a good photograph, and it has to be not boring, and people have to be excited by it.